Hey everyone, so we're going to be doing some first impressions as well as should you summon for the new EMILIA. I had no idea she was going to be dropping on reset. I went to bed and I actually woke up extremely early. I had like 4 hours of sleep. So yeah, let's just get into her. Looking at her details over here in the wiki, we have also again shout out to Rept. Again, he's still sick, so give him some love over in the Discord if you see him. He's still giving us some banger translations, so yeah. Looking at our max level, magically attacks a single enemy with 400% power. Before we get started, I saw so many people in the comments of I don't know which video it was, but it was one with EMILIA, and people were saying, "Bro, she's not meta, but she's cool. Not meta, I guess, but it's whatever." It's like, how do you guys know? we don't know any of the skills. It's kind of just like, hello, like, you guys good? We had no idea what this unit does, and you guys were already deeming her not meta. Obviously she's the beginning of the blue meta. I feel like she's gonna bring back a lot of units that she could possibly help out. Bride, Elsa, Anastasia, possibly cover Julius. I don't know, just maybe some wishy-washy team like that before other mono blue units come out. This is probably alluding to Lyda being a blue unit, possibly. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like they kind of pick a unit as a starter color, and then they kind of stick with it for a little bit while they build down and flesh out the team, and then they'll switch over to type. So I don't expect Lyda to be anything else but blue, but it's definitely possible. So looking at her skills, magically attacks a single enemy with 400% power. When used twice, the power increases by 200%. After 3 times, the power is further increased by another 400%. And you damage through invincibility. Okay, so I read these skills a little when I first woke up. She's 100% of DPS. So she's looking kind of wild. First of all, this is the first time we've ever seen something like this. So that's why in the animation we saw that there's the number 2 beside the skills, is because she had already used them 2 times, I believe. So that's probably what that was. So you're doing a total of 1000% damage after 3 turns. So it does suck that this kind of takes a little bit of time to build up, but once it does, it's pretty good. Skill 2, you have automatic, so passive. Only allies with blue attributes will have a 20% agility and a 100% debuff resistance. Oh wow, interesting. This is really good. This is insanely good. Agility is just nice to have, but I don't think you really have any units that can compete with Ram and Ram. Just the fact that they have access to swimsuit memory and idle memory, you're not really going to be competing anyway, no matter how fast you are. But it's still pretty good. Since she's an attacker and all, you don't really want a defense or like a support passive. When an ally is defeated, reduce the cooldowns of all allies by 2 turns and gain a turn. Ooh, that's good. When an ally is defeated. Oh, okay. Okay. That's pretty good. It's nothing too crazy because you do have to lose a teammate, but if you are getting rolled, this is like massive comeback potential, so that's pretty cool. At the beginning of the battle, there's a 100% chance that all allies will be given attack for 2 turns. Only blue attributes will be given speed increase of the debuff resistance. Interesting. I would have liked this to be something else because she already buffs these things with her passive. So with this, for 2 turns, she's making this part of the passive completely obsolete. And then this is just a buff on the side of so interesting. Not the best, but she's only like she is a DPS. Like, keep in mind that she isn't support, she isn't defense, she's like full on DPS. So anything that she can boost others is just icing on the cake, because she's mainly a selfish character. That's just inherently what DPS characters are. So that's pretty cool that she even has stuff like this on her kit, I would say. Magically attacks all enemies twice with 400% power. When used twice, increased by 400% power again, and there's a 100% chance you will inflict agility down for 2 turns. When used 3 times, the power is further increased by 400%, so you're doing a total of 1200% if you're maxed. There's a 100% chance you increase enemies' cooldowns by 1 turn. After 4 times, oh my god, you get 500%, so that's what, 1700%? and it damages through invincibility. So that's pretty cool. I would prefer Rams because you don't have to take 4 turns in total to get there. You can just have a buff, attack once with your rage, and depending on how built your Ram is, you can already pierce the invincibility. So this is pretty good because piercing through invincibility is just good overall, but it kind of sucks that you have to trigger it after like 4 turns. Potentially, if she was like an Elsa where you got a chance of having an additional turn, I think that helped this character massively, but the fact that you only get another turn when an ally dies is kind of sketchy. Not the best, but she's pretty good. I'd say if you have the team that can let her stall out and really build up, she can be a massive W unit on your team. She absolutely, I just said that out loud, Jesus. You can have a great unit here in your hands. Her bonus skills are absolutely fantastic for DPS. She has a rare 40% attack that only 2 Rams in the game have, one being the previous Namaki Ram and the Kid Ram, so that's pretty good. Agility 10%, so that's nice as well. She has some solid agility, it looks like, and she increases blue allies' HP by 40%. I believe Elsa has the same exact leader skill, the Bride Elsa, so nothing too crazy here. Obviously, she's blue. Again, said many times. I think I've said many times. At least I've alluded to since I've been talking about teams for her. Then we have Demi-Human. Looking at the stats, she's got 12k HP, 1600 attack, 700 defense. A little better than the Rams, since you have the high attack as well as a little bit average stats for HP and defense. I say the defense is kind of a little below average, and then the HP is pretty low, but you can kind of make that work. Then you have the crit rate 50, 120, 20, 35. So all of these are standard, the usual stats. And yeah, so overall this unit's pretty good. I would wait until to see what kind of like blue support they put out there, because right now she's a great DPS and she's a great option for blue, but I don't think she can really carry a meta on her own. So you're definitely gonna have to wait to see what she can do with other great blue units, probably coming soon. So yeah, I would just definitely wait. Again, we have 2 free multis, so that's pretty cool from the event, so make sure you do those before you decide on summoning. They're relatively easy to get as well. You can buy one from the event shop and then another from the birthday shop where you get material for spending stamina. And then we're looking at her memory. If unit is demi-human, crit rate 10, so that's 20, and then 20 attack and 20 crit rate. If unit is demi-human, awakening 3, if unit is demi-human, at the end of turn there's a 100% chance to give all allies 50% action gauge. If unit is demi-human, when inflicting a critical hit, there's a 100% chance you will recover 50% of your maximum HP. This can be insanely good if it works on per hit. If it's like since she's AoE, if it works per crit or like per enemy, or not per crit, but per enemy, that'd be really good. This can be like, if you're fighting 4 people, this could potentially be, was it 60% of your maximum HP? That can be really good. Although she doesn't really have the HP to survive. Like, she's basically a one-shot at any given time, so you definitely need to cover units. So we'll have to see what kind of units that come out to support her in the future. But if it's per unit, that's insanely powerful. If it's not, then this is just nice, but it's nothing crazy and really anything to chase. This, at the end of the day, oh, I don't know about this. 50% action gauge every time you, at the end of turn. Okay, so at the end of turn, this could potentially be pretty good. I can see it benefiting, like, obviously 50% action gauge per turn, that's always going to help. But I don't see it changing a game like entirely. I don't think you're going to, lose any match if your enemy has this, but it is nice to have on your team for sure. The combination of 20-20, not sure how I feel about that. I feel like it's a little on the low side, but like, how else can you do it really? I feel like any other form would just be overpowered. I'd say 25 at least, but it is what it is, especially because it's demi-human. I know there's a lot of demi-humans in the game, but if you have a restriction on your memory, you should always, give a little slight boost in stats. I'd say this kind of gives me like story memory vibes. So yeah, so looking at the banner, again, we have ticket banner. We probably have other blue units coming, so you should wait on that. And real quick, just looking at her stats, or her rates. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the animation, Puck steals a red, what is it called? I feel like it's like right on the tip of my tongue. He steals a little red treat, and then in the actual game, it's green for some reason when you see him in the animation. So I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, so standard 1% rates, normal rates, and yeah. So if you decide to summon, I know a lot of you probably already did because you know it's EMILIA, and I think she looks really cute here. Obviously she's not meta now. Going through her stats, no boys, she's not meta. Who would have thought? But like, yeah. I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, later.